Hi, I'm Ash and welcome back to another video. Let me just get comfy. I really feel like I never put the tripod and camera in exactly the same price in exactly the same place in my office area here. So I do apologize for that, but I guess you get to see more of my bookshelf as we go on. Welcome to today's video. My beverage of choice today is my water, because I seem to be losing my voice because I've been trying to film some videos today and for some reason my voice has decided to go. I'm not even sick, it's just me talking and probably the humidity in Melbourne. So grab your beverage, grab some stacks, and let's get into today's video. Woo! So I'm not sure whether I'm going to actually post this video, we'll see. But I did recently film a video on my 2024 goals, and that also inspired me to film a video on 30 things I want to do before I'm 30. So that's in like less than 2 years, and it's pretty daunting that it's getting so close. Like sometimes I still feel like I'm 21, but I'm not. I'm 28 and I'm in my 29th year. Isn't that terrifying? Maybe not to you, but it is to me. So we're going to go through the list. I made a blog post about this last year, so I'll link that down below as well so you can check it out. But let's go over the list and maybe come back in 2 years. I think I've done some of these already too, which is pretty exciting. So some of them might overlap with my 2024 goals, but that's okay. Number one is make a significant dent in my student loan. So because I live overseas, it's quite big and gains interest, so I've got to keep paying it off. It's really annoying, but it is what it is. And I'd like to be able to buy a house one day. You can't really do that with a student loan. Maybe I'll win lotto tonight. Fingers crossed. Number two is to travel to more countries. I really want to go to Iceland, Mexico, Canada, and I'd love to be able to go to Antarctica. That would be epic. I did look into working down there, but I do unfortunately have too many health issues and concerns, so I just wouldn't be allowed to, but it would be cool to go there as a tourist, go on a cruise for a couple of nights. You can't really stay on the land, but you can walk around it and just see the penguins and the photo ops. That would be absolutely amazing, so I hope I get to see that before it melts. Number three is to get a dog. I would love to have a corgi, and I really want to call it Waffles or Cheddar because Brooklyn Nine-Nine and RIP to Captain Holt. But corgis are just so adorable, and I have loved them ever since I was a teenager, and I really want one. And I'd also love to get like rescue dogs and have like a rescue farm. That'd be amazing. Number four is start a YouTube channel, which I did at the end of last year, so we can tick that one off the list. Woo! Hello friends. Yeah, I'm weird, get used to it. Number five is a financial one, and it's save $100,000, maybe for like a house deposit or something like that, but I feel like that's a really good goal to have just before you're 30, to have that much in savings. Not that your savings define who you are or how much money you have defines who you are. Who you are is who you are on that inside. Six is to find my purpose in life, my career trajectory, or have like better working hours or a better work-life balance, which I'm kind of working on. I'm trying to find like online jobs and different sorts of jobs that work with my health and with my own mental health too, things like that. I'm putting vlogs out there, trying to sell my photos, trying to do some freelance work, all of that. Just I need to find something that works for me, because the traditional 9 to 5 shift work does not work for me. What really worked for me was tutoring, because it was like an hour at a time and you would sit in lectures and things like that, and giving lectures, that really worked for me because you would also get a holiday in between. So again, finding something like that I can do again, or making YouTube like something that's full-time, or social media full-time. I'd love something like that. And I do have a master's degree in social media, basically. Well, sociology, but I did talk about social media. But yeah, basically find out what my purpose is, because that's something that I've struggled with for a very, very long time and still am trying to figure out. Hence the YouTube channel. Number seven. So this one is to get better at baking and like fancy icing techniques, which I used to do a lot when I was younger, maybe about 18, 19, and I kind of like stopped doing it for a while. I don't know why, I just got busy, I guess, with uni and things like that. And then I lived in an apartment where the kitchen didn't really work, so it hasn't been until Luke and I moved in together that I've been able to bake a lot more, and just getting back into it has been great. But yeah, I want to get back into icing. I do have all the gear for that, and just learn like the fancy icing techniques. So yeah, and maybe like make a ghetto or something like that. I did once, but I don't know if I can do it again. Number 8 is to do more long exposures, which again is a 2024 goal of mine. So sunrises, sunsets, stars, so astrophotography, waterfalls, all of those sorts of long exposures, and experiment with those way more. Number 9 is to monetize my blog and my social media platforms, which again I'm trying to do. Number 10 is to get 10,000 Instagram followers, which experimenting with different techniques and different types of content, seeing what works and what doesn't work. Number 11 is to try out ghost hunting, which I did put in my 2024 goals list as well. I don't have any equipment. Maybe it would be something like based on feelings again, or going to like a creepy haunted location. There's a few around Melbourne, so maybe I'll do that. Or maybe it can be as simple as just going on one of those ghost tours in like Altona North or Williamstown or something like that. Or maybe I can convince Luke to come to Beechworth with me. But yeah, that would be really cool. Maybe I'll put that on for something on our list of things to do for something in winter, because I feel like it'd be creepier in winter because it's darker, maybe more likely something to happen. Who knows? So we're at number 12. I don't have 12 fingers, I've only got 10, so unless you want me to put my toes up here, I'm gonna stop doing the hand movements. So number 12 is to astral project during a meditation session. So I do meditate regularly. I have done this kind of before, but it's just to get that out of body experience, like feeling like you're floating on a cloud outside of your own body, but you're still conscious at the time. It makes sense. Try it. Try a guided astral projection meditation. Like, you can just find any on YouTube and they're really good. I like them. Or the other option is to learn to lucid dream, which I think is much harder because you've got to train yourself. You've got to like wake up and then go back to sleep, wake up, back to sleep, all of that. But that would be really interesting. And I know a few people who can lucid dream, but I've never been able to do it. I just fall asleep. But I do have some weird dreams. So let me know in the comments if you want me to go over my dream journal. Number 13 is to read more than 10 books a year, and for this year I've set myself a goal of 20 to 30. This is absolutely achievable for me. I'm just lazy sometimes, and also sometimes some books are a lot harder to read than others. It depends on the author and what sort of language is used. Like, academic books take me a lot longer to read than fiction. Some style of writing I just don't like. Others I can read in like a couple of days. It just depends. Number 14 is to fine-tune my fashion style, which I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna figure it out this year. Maybe like a more corporate style, or like more influencer style. And what I mean by that is like the people who are wearing like gorgeous dresses, they wear makeup every day, they just like look like they've had a glow up. Maybe I can kind of change the goal a little bit, or thing to do before I'm 30, into like a glow up rather than fashion specifically. But I think fashion is a part of it, and I do have a few like staple pieces that I love. Like, I love my leather jacket, I love a couple of the dresses I have, I love my denim jackets. I do have one pair of dress shoes that I really like, and I do like wearing chucks everywhere. Number 15 is to become more wine literate and do more wine tasting, which I feel like I should have done more in New Zealand, but I just never did it or had anyone to do it with. And I don't know, it just I don't know what I'm saying, but back home I did like wine, but I didn't really dive into wine tasting, whereas in Australia I have. South Australia, the Barossa Valley was amazing for wine tasting, and I learned so much about what different wines tasted like, how to really taste, so I want to do more of that. and find which wines suit me and for what occasions, and like what to pair them with, and all of that. And then number 16 is to learn to manage my IBS symptoms a lot better. Now I feel like I had this pretty down pat for a while. A few years I wasn't really getting that many IBS attacks unless I ate like apricots or had way too much dairy or something like that. And then when I moved here it got a lot better, and then eventually it just disintegrated. I had a lot of way more IBS attacks. I had an iron deficiency. I got more fatigued. If it was to do with the environment that I was living, or or the workplace that I was working at the time, if it was affecting my mental health and that was affecting my gut, or if it was the change in food. I don't know what it was, but IBS is weird and it has a mind of its own. And I really want to just focus on improving that. And I find that things help: meditation, eating healthy, regular exercise, resting when you need it. All of that helps, but sometimes you might need a bit extra medication, you might need a bit more therapy, so any sort of therapy. But yeah, I really want to get my IBS back to where I was being able to do like big walks every day, where I had energy and I was just like go, go, go. I want to get back to that. So number 17 is to learn more Moldi, which I did try and do before I left New Zealand because I thought it was really important, and I have been teaching Luke a little bit. I am nowhere near fluent or anything like that, basic words, but I'd just love to be able to like have a hey, how are you conversation, and I think it's an important language to keep alive. Number 18 is to learn to paint pretty pictures. I also want to extend that to get back into drawing, things like that. I did really like art when I was in primary school and a teenager, and I never really pursued art specifically. I pursued photography, which is still an art, but like drawing and painting I haven't done for a very long time, and I feel kind of drawn to that, and I want it to be good and learn how to do it. But 19 is to learn how to make cocktails, or just one cocktail. That I'd be happy just to learn how to make one. The only thing I really know how to do is a hot toddy, and that is just boiling water and whiskey and honey and cinnamon. Number 20 is another foodie one. It is learn how to make marshmallows, homemade chips or crisps. And for those people who are not from New Zealand and Australia, when we say chips, we can mean anything from crisps, hot chips, to wedges. It's all chips. I don't care. It's chips. It's always chips. To differentiate, hot chips is usually hot chippies. Chips might just mean crisps from a bag. Wedges, curly fries. We don't really say fries unless we go to Macca's. This is still number 20, is to replicate the hash brown from Macca's. Now I saw someone post a recipe and I saved it, and I think you can do it either in like an air fryer or just in a frying pan. So I'd love to be able to replicate that because I love hash browns, and the best hash brown is from Macca's. Especially because it's the only breakfast food that you can get 24 hours now, and they always have to make it fresh, so it's always so good. Yummy. 21 is again a goal for 2024, is to take my partner Luke to my homeland of New Zealand and do a roadie around there. I think that would be really special to take him to all my favourite spots, and I feel like he's had good practice driving around twisty roads now that we've done the Grey Ocean Road. Number 22 is to get another tattoo, and maybe something more meaningful than this, because this is just a spur of the moment arrow and I just wanted to get one. And I did it with mum, so it's kind of meaningful, but something else, maybe like an owl or a penguin, or yeah, any type of bird really, because I guess birds are kind of my spirit guides. What's your spirit guide? Number 23 is to get to level 50 in Pokemon Go, because I am a nerd and I need to play more video games. I have a Nintendo Switch and we only have the sports game, and I want to get Mario Kart and just get back into gaming in general. I don't know if I'll ever like post any gaming content. I don't necessarily like the connotations of like women in gaming, but maybe one day we'll expand and do a gaming video. So we're now at number 24, and I'm really bad at staying still. Like, you're just gonna have to get used to it. But number 24 is to do more driving around Melbourne to get my driving confidence up. I am on specific nerve damage medication that does make me a bit less confident in driving, and some of the roads, especially around the areas that we live in, are terrifying. And they just make no sense to me logically, with the blind spots and the trams and things like that. But I do want to get my confidence driving around Melbourne in case that I do have to drive and all of that. Like, every time I have driven around here I've been fine, but yeah. I think it's the medication, because I do really like driving. And I feel like it would be cool to teach Luke how to drive a manual. Number 25 is to give up caffeine. Now, not necessarily altogether, but like limit my intake, because I know it's not good for my IBS. And I do rely on it a lot when I do get fatigued and I'm feeling tired. And I just kind of wish that I could wake up and not rely on it as much, or things like that. And I have kind of limited it. Like when we were away, I probably only had a coffee every like 2 to 3 days. I'd only have like 1 a day. I've been a bit worse since we've got back, having like 2 to 3 a day, and today I had an energy drink, so that's not good. But yeah, maybe limit it a bit more, or change some decaf or something like that. Right. Number 26, we're nearly at the end. Thank you for like staying through this video with me. But number 26 is learn how to garden better. Some of my indoor houseplants have survived, some haven't. I don't know whether that was my fault, if I overwatered or underwatered. I did try to put a fertilizer in them, and I think that was a bad idea. But some have survived, and so I'm proud of that not all of them have died. But yeah, I would just like to learn the basics of gardening, know what's a weed and what's not a weed. Like maybe grow some strawberries, some herbs, things like that. Number 27 is to try out glamping, or have like a spa self-care retreat weekend, something like that. Victoria has amazing like day spas and things like that, and I'd love to just go have like a pamper weekend, especially with Luke. Maybe that can be like an anniversary present or something like that. It would be so nice. When we were in Warrnambool, there was like a day spa there, and I did want to go, but I just think we didn't have enough time to get everything in. But maybe next time, because I really want to go back to Port Fairy, and I really want to take sunset pics at the lighthouse. So 28 is to have a better skincare routine. Now I'm trying, but I'm not good at doing it every day. Luke did get me some nice skincare products for Christmas, so I'm trying to use them, like doing more masks. I'm trying to get my skin like, I guess, more glassy, soft, and less red, and like less breakouts. Like I tend to get lots of breakouts around here. I'm guessing that's to do with birth control and hormonal levels. And I guess IBS can cause breakouts as well. So number 29 is to learn more about AI technology, and I have been using Canva a bit to like create AI designs, and some of them are like nightmare fuels, but some are quite cute, and like the cartoon ones work really well. If you put in weird prompts, it'll give you like things that are very uncanny valley. And honestly, speaking of uncanny valley, have you seen those like uncanny valley makeup TikToks? They are so scary. Like uncanny valley vibes. And maybe I'll do a video on uncanny valley vibes one day. I feel like the lighting in here just got a lot darker than it was, so maybe I need more lighting in here. But anyway, or maybe it's just because it's the afternoon and not the morning. But anyway, let's get to number 30. Yay, I did it with my fingers. Number 30 is to practice gratitude more regularly. Now, I feel like I've kind of been naturally doing this as well, because I have a gratitude app on my phone which prompts me at 8 AM and 9 PM twice a day, and it gives me a little prompt, and it'll be like, list why you are grateful for this, or describe a happy memory, something like that. I think it's just called Gratitude, and it was free on the Play Store. And I have recently started doing a daily gratitude list of things like that, and then making sure I do more meditation as well. So that is the 30 things that I want to do before I'm 30. And if you made it this far into the video, comment a purple heart and let me know something that is on your bucket list. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that you want to do before you're 30, but just something on your bucket list. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm really trying to build a community and just want to put some entertainment out there. I want to inspire someone. I want to make you laugh. I want to make you happy. I want to show you my life and everything like that. So thank you so much for watching again. Ka kite, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Ka kite.